How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, Faze Crypto, and today we have a very exciting video talking about Cardano and, of course, the potential for Cardano to reach that milestone of basically the 0.1, the well sought after, and I think that that's a pretty interesting notion to start the video off on. And really, I think that the potential is there, and it's funny to see because just as I was planning on this video, we have articles springing up like Cardano price prediction ADA looks to surpass 0.1 in May. So I mean, that's pretty synchronistic to see. And of course, we've got to talk about the Ethiopian government. Cardano founder launches enterprise blockchain framework in collaboration with the Ethiopian government, and former Ethereum co-founder, you know him, you love him, founder of Cardano, of course, Charles Hoskinson, announced the launch of enterprise blockchain framework that aims to provide financial services to billions of people living in African countries, and known as the Atala, named after a butterfly that resides in Florida. IOHK's framework is intended to serve as a solutions provider for developers, campaigns, and governments looking to implement new products. Atala is an enterprise framework similar to Hyperledger Fabric. However, the point is to be a solutions provider for governments in need of municipal currency or supply chain management system. And this is definitely really interesting. This quote definitely does cover a lot of the points that I think you got to give these points to Cardano, as far as the development. And I think right alongside this, we're starting to see a resurgence in that sort of classical cryptocurrency sort of talk. I mean, we've got this funny ad that we saw basically popping up, drop gold for Bitcoin, new TV ad campaigns and all these different things alike. Definitely pretty relevant as far as seeing how cryptocurrency is making a lot of these different developments. And the decentralized future is certainly one that lies in the back of a lot of people's minds, and certainly a lot of these different corporations and so forth are basically having to get with the times or pretty much fall behind, which I think is the nature of the beast with a lot of these things. And I mean, when we're looking forward to seeing what Cardano's got going for it, the decentralized future of blockchain, I think we really need to talk about what could be surfacing in the next few months. Really, Cardano has been one of those cryptos that's been very proficient in basically getting all their ducks in alignment and really getting a lot of these different things done, set forward and pretty much established, which is really important when building a foundation that's going to be doing all the different things that Cardano aims to do. And I think that the fact that Cardano has been able to flesh out a lot of the really integral variables that are essential to the foundation of what they're aiming to move forward and do, I think that Cardano has definitely got a leg up on a lot of the different competition, rightfully so, in that respect. And of course, in the age of smart contracts, of course, the age of Ethereum and a lot of different competing cryptos to that same effect, we're really looking forward to seeing how Cardano is going to be really fleshing out a lot of these different intricacies. And of course, with Bitcoin making these gains in April, I think that it definitely is looking like a pretty bright future as far as the crypto space is concerned. And I think alt season's over, definitely. So it's certainly I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, it's a shift of tone definitely has gone in that direction of BTC, but I don't think that that's really going to phase stuff like Cardano very much. I think that the tides definitely have that potential of shifting back when all the momentum is right, but of course this quote goes on to say BTC is still the most important asset in all of crypto when it performs well. The best risk reward is arguably to own Bitcoin over any other digital asset. This doesn't necessarily mean BTC's returns will be higher, just that the probability weighted return and the highest, given that BTC. So definitely interesting. Go check out this article as well. But I think that it certainly does serve to, establish an idea of what we're looking at. I mean, with respectively, I mean, obviously we have to deal with the current situation of, Bitcoin getting grandfathered in that same effect. But I think that Bitcoin's realistically more the exception to the rule. And, when we're looking at the actual future of how these things are actually really going to be functioning, I'm looking more along the lines of Cardano, and I think that I'm forward thinking for doing so. But I mean, with the BTC dominance, 54.4%, we basically had a renewal of confidence, seeing the fact that Bitcoin's been able to maintain itself at that $5,000 dollar level, and of course proving that it does have the significant degree of potential as far as moving itself up and basically maintaining those gains and holding up that stronger ground, which I think is something that's worth mentioning as well. And of course, market cap at 175. So, I mean, all these different variables are certainly building up, and I think it sort of is a perfect storm, to say the least. And, as far as with the different developments that we're seeing happening involving Cardano, I wouldn't be surprised to see, how Cardano fares up, and of course in the overall trajectory of the way that we're seeing these different things coming into their own. I'm very excited to see what Charles Hoskinson is going to be bringing forward, and how a lot of these different overlaps are going to be culminating. And I think that this has been a pretty good video. I think we basically covered a lot of interesting topics. I mean, it's pretty funny that a lot of people are talking about similar things, but I mean, realistically, I can't stress enough the significance of this Ethiopian move that's happening. It's a good hats off to Cardano. Really plays to their strengths, the fact that they've been able to basically emerge on all these different aspects of the global stage. Of course, this quote does go a long way of servicing that same point. There needs to be more of a discussion about blurring the line between the permissioned ledger, enterprise ledger, and a permissionless system. We need to talk about this as one spectrum and seamlessly move user value between the two. For instance, you don't want to alert users that they're leaving the Cardano blockchain and entering Ethereum. You just want them to have a seamless experience, which I think is definitely something that's forward looking and probably gives us a vision of the way that a lot of these different things are going to be moving forward in the future. And I think Cardano is definitely on their game in that same respect. We've got this article right here, XRP and XLM, short-term and long-term investments. I'm not going to go give too much time into this article because we're already really running out of time, but definitely does paint a good picture of XRP and XLM, and I think that those are two. XRP is definitely, whether you like it or not, it is a crypto that you have to pay attention to. Just watching a lot of these different things as they've been developing, in the overall trajectory of the space, and of course, I'm very excited to see, how this space is going to continue to develop, and how, younger demographics are basically, adapting to cryptocurrency. I think as things continue to move forward, we'll pretty much be witnessing a resurgence of people really evaluating what these technologies are doing behind the scenes. And I think in that effect, Cardano is really one of the cryptos that's got a lot of things going for it. And in that same sentence, I think I could pretty much say that Cardano is one of those cryptos that does have the potential to last long term. But all that being said, obviously, we're running out of time here, so make sure that you guys connect with us on Twitter. That's at CryptoTuber. As always, interested in hearing different feedback. Of course, we're still celebrating Elon Musk tweeting out Ethereum, and he put out this interesting poll: how many futures are there actually? Maybe I'll put this poll on my YouTube as well. We'll see how the different results are showing themselves. But all that being said, obviously remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Obviously I'm not your dad. I'm not a financial advisor. And of course I'd recommend you guys do your own research into this space. It is a very interesting look to see how a lot of these different technologies are faring up, in the wake of a future that's right on the horizon. And I'm definitely very excited to see what we can expect to see from Cardano, as a lot of these different things have been, moving themselves forward. Now, it is very exciting, to that same effect. But all that being said, I hope that you guys have found this video informative. We're just going to end it with this last article right here talking about John McAfee. And of course, this guy is always pretty much popping up in the cryptocurrency related news, but I think it is relevant this time, when we're talking about, Craig Wright and, of course, the recent things that have, were happening, the throwdown, and, just a quick glance, basically just interesting to see all the different things that are happening, in the cryptocurrency space. But yeah, all that being said, let us know what you guys think about this drama, and of course, let us know what you guys think about Cardano down in the comments down below. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, found it informative. I think we've done a lot of good stuff, basically fleshing out a lot of these different details and ironing out a lot of these different things, especially stuff that I'm excited for. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next one. Have a good one.